Have you ever worked in certain spaces where it felt like everything was just in flow? You were so creative, the ideas were flowing, and you felt so alive and thriving. And then you've been in other spaces where you're just like, I don't know what the deal is here, but it's not working for me. So you can actually find and create your ideal environment for work and for content creation by using your human design. In human design, there are 6 different environments, and we're going to go through each of them here today, what their essentials are, and how to create a space conducive to the characteristics of your environment, if that makes sense. So, let me go to the next one. What do I do? Okay. What do I do? How do I get to the next one? To find your human design environment, you can simply look up your chart and it will be in the chart properties. It'll say environment. So this one says kitchens. That's what my environment is. And I'll just show you one more time how to find it. I'm using Maya Mechanics, but you can use any free thing. So let's click on Amanda. Go to properties. No, it would be this one's in advanced. So I'm in the chart properties right now. Environment. My environment is kitchens. It will be in the chart properties wherever you find your human design. Okay, I figured out how to go down. Okay, so the first of the human design environments is caves. So caves is associated with the first line, and it's really important for caves to have privacy and control. They like to be in positions of authority. So in terms of creating a workspace where you can thrive with a caves environment, you want to make sure your desk is facing the door, and ideally there's only one entrance and one exit so that you're in control of who comes into your space when they come in there, and it's a safe, secluded, cozy space. That's really, really important for you. Because you like to have control and authority, you can do this in your daily life by just creating a routine. Creating a structured routine allows you to feel that sense of safety and security. If you are an entrepreneur, which I'm guessing you are because you're here, it's good on the one hand because you're kind of in charge of your own destiny, but there's not as much security. So other ways that you can cultivate that and create safety and security as a caves environment is having like automatic savings put aside, so you always know that you have that safety net. Like, that's super important to you. In Scandinavian countries, I think they call this hygge. It's like the art of being cozy or coziness. So I just showed this picture because clearly this desk is facing the door, and that would be ideal for a caves environment. But you'd like to have candles, not harsh overhead lighting. Okay? All right. And caves can work by themselves for long periods at a time, and in fact they prefer it that way. A lot of the other types don't like that. Okay, let me go down. Famous caves people are Katy Perry, Kendrick Lamar, Heath Ledger, Usher, Drake, and Betty White are all caves people. So essentials for you are sex, safety, nooks and crannies in your house, like spooning, candlelight. You want like a cozy and a homey atmosphere, creature comforts, having somebody who literally like has your back. That makes you feel really safe and secure, and that's so important for you. Okay, why won't it let me go down? There we go. Okay, the second environment is markets. Markets are all about discernment. Think about like a market. If you go to like the farmer's market, there's like all these different wares and crafts and foods and different things for sale. And you're not going to go in there and buy all of them, but you're going to pick and choose the elements of those things that you like. It's where exchange is happening, commerce is happening. You want to be able to add like fresh energy to the space. So you want your space to be both comforting and stimulating at the same time. I have some notes here for markets. So it would be fun for you to like awaken your creativity by playing with makeup, perfume, art, poetry, being able to shift and move things around in your environment as you desire. It would be nice to be both comforting and stimulating, having like a variety of textures, smells, people, and just being able to pick and choose and sample from the things that light you up, that you're like, ooh, yeah, I want that. I want that. And then another thing that I thought was interesting when I was doing my research for this is just because your floor plan of your house like has a bedroom on the first floor and then a sunroom on the second floor, go into each of the rooms and see what feels right to you. Like maybe I have a friend who did this. I don't know what her environment is, but we have the same floor plan. She made her the room that I had made my office space, she had made her bedroom and vice versa. Even though the bedroom that I had picked had a bigger closet and an attached bathroom, she didn't care because she wanted to be in a certain area of her house because of like the view, I think. And so that's an example of picking and choosing the right environment for the task and not just accepting it the way it was given. If that makes sense. You can also play around with different styles for the different seasons. So if you might have like some Christmas decorations and holiday decorations, and you might do like a magazine subscriptions that you get periodically and have in a certain area of the room. Like you like all of those things. Those are all good for you. Considering the right space for your needs, considering what room feels best, what materials do you need for your craft, and how can you incorporate those into the room? So if we're specifically talking about content creation, like do you need your video, your phone, your tripod, your ring light, a sunset lamp, microphone? Like what are the things that you need on a daily basis for your creativity to shine through, and then creating spaces for those things inside your environment so that they're at the ready for you, and being able to add new fresh energy to the space with, like I said, with the subscriptions, the bouquets, print collections, whatever it is that just kind of like jazzes you up. So you want to be able to, we just said that. Famous markets people are Madonna, Kanye West, Miley Cyrus, Will Smith, Stephen King, and Johnny Depp are all famous markets people. This thing is weird. I wanted to say one more thing about markets. So the essentials for markets are having good style, shopping, freedom to exchange, having options, getting a good deal, receiving money, having the ability to customize and sample and move things around. You just love that. You love all of these things. Okay. Next we have shores. You like to be on the edge of things, so not necessarily in the middle of the room, but like on the edge, being able to like be on that precipice. You like that natural tension of being in the transition space of having like, so I'm working like on the edge of the room, and then right on the other side of this I have my bedroom or my kitchen or my bathroom. You like being in the transition spaces. It's really important for you to have windows, and you want to build the space around the windows and the lighting. You also love the natural transitions of nature. So sunrise, sunset, the different seasons. You'd much rather be on the edge of the group than in the middle. Consider having like a two-sided desk, or either an L or an island where you can have a chair on either side. It's important to you to not just have one side of things, and you could also have a whiteboard so that you can like look out on one side of your desk and you have the whiteboard and this ability to be creative, and then on the other side of the desk maybe you're looking at a photo or a window or something. It's important to have both sides. Definitely consider having some kind of water feature or a water visual in the room. It's going to just make you feel more alive. Playing around with mirrors and natural lighting. Okay. Famous shores people are Michael Jordan, J.K. Rowling, Bella Hadid, Wayne Dyer, and Christina Aguilera. I want to know from you, do you relate to the shores people, like to your environment's famous people? Like, are any of those, have you ever seen yourself in any of those people? And if so, which one? I just want to hear from you. Okay, so kitchens are all about like nourishment and action. Kitchens are the place where there's alchemy happening. We have these raw materials and we're transitioning them from raw material to something else, from this to that. So, we're also characterized by nourishment, creativity, homemaking, having a deep appreciation for sensory pleasures, and really, really good at creating warm, welcoming environments. You want your space to be like buzzy, busy, and creative. So I, and okay, this goes for all of these. Don't take them literally. We're kind of using them like it could be literal. Like you might really enjoy being in and around your kitchen, or you get great ideas when you're in the kitchen. You get great content ideas when you're doing the dishes or whatever. And that might be true. And that's great. But you can take aspects of your environment and incorporate them into your workspace or into the space where you're doing your creative work and creating your content to just make you feel more alive. So one thing I thought that was really interesting about kitchens is I was talking to my human design coach about this, and she said, your environment isn't the most important thing in your chart, but it is very important when it comes to your content creation and your creativity and your work. But she said having just different arts and crafts, like maybe like being able to paint or draw or have some like magazines or scissors or whatever. And what's interesting is I've always loved to do things like that, so I've started incorporating more of the tools of those my different art projects and stuff into my office, and it really has made a difference. Kitchens will also do great with exploring different trends. You like to be part of a community, whether that's online or in person. So you could have different decor zones of the house or of your workspace, like I was talking about earlier, like a little paint corner, an arts and crafts area, a little content creation area, and just having like different hubs where you can take things from one form into another. We also love getting playful with rearranging different parts of the room, and which is so funny because ever since I was a kid, I've loved rearranging. I've loved it. It's just, and my mom would make fun of me because I'd always be moving my stuff around, and that's just how I was designed to be. That's just how I was designed. So how about that? We like to be in the middle of the action. Okay. Famous kitchens people are Gigi Hadid, P. Diddy, Alicia Keys, Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, and Adolf Hitler. Great. Great. So if your kitchens, give yourself the freedom to try different trends and dabble. You can like, what's the hottest plant or texture to incorporate in your workspace? What are all the kids doing? And do that. And you know what? When I did add my monstera in here, and now I have all my plants over here in the corner, it just makes me so happy. It just makes me so happy. And it makes Jackson happy too. Okay, wait, go back. All right, so valleys. Let's go through valleys. So valleys are very sensitive to acoustics. So the way a place sounds is going to be really important to you. So if you're going to see like a show or a concert, it's like, it's not about being right up front. It's more like in the middle is where the acoustics are best. You really like that. And you're also drawn to lower spaces. So whether this is like a coffee shop or a co-working space on the bottom of a building where you can walk to different areas, and like there's art studios and stores and just different places where you can kind of go in and out to. You like to be on the bottom and have access to those different things. Some essentials for valleys are having ritual, rich connections, good flow, being able to silence the noise. They also do like the news, but being able to unplug, different recommendations. You kind of have your ear to the ground. You like literally and figuratively. Famous valleys people are Tiger Woods, Shakira, Marilyn Monroe, and Frank Sinatra. Yeah, that's all I have for valleys. Okay, now we have mountains. So mountains they like to be high up, and they need lots of intellectual stimulation. And this is so interesting because I've met a couple mountains people lately, and this is very true. I've noticed this about them. So for mountains people, some of the essentials are like flying business class. I have here sativas and indicas. I'm not sure why I wrote that. but having like heightened experiences, big picture perspectives. They like to be up above the fray, above the noise, and able to like look out and see what's around them. And a lot of mountains people actually do live on mountains, which I find very interesting. Also, incorporating breath work, retreats, having spaciousness, finding and seeking the higher meaning in things, and having those deep relationships with others are super duper important for you, mountains peoples. Mountains peoples. Famous mountains people are Elvis Presley, Dua Lipa, Cardi B, Robin Williams, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Zendaya. Oh, okay, yeah. So mountains essentials, business class, sativas and indicas, heightened experiences, breath work, retreats, spaciousness, higher meaning, and deep relationships. So I want to hear from you. What is your environment where your best content ideas come from? Now, this could be based on your human design, like what you learned just now from this presentation, or just reflect back over the last month maybe, and or look back at your content and ask yourself, like, what were the best performing pieces of content and where were you when those ideas came to you or when you shot those pieces of content? And let me know in the homework chat, what is your human design environment? Where do your best content ideas come from? And now that you know that, how can you incorporate that into your content creation routine? Okay? Mwah.